Assalamualaikum and a very good day. My name is Airene binti Azhari. I am 16 years old and I will be representing my school, Bukit Rangin Secondary School, in the selection of Nilam representative for district level. Knowing a little bit about me, I was born in Kulai Johor and I am the second child among 4 siblings. As for my proudest achievements, I have joined 3 international innovation competitions throughout this year. In addition, I also represented my school as a debater for district level. Not only do I try to achieve academically, I also try my best to strive in sports. I've joined a netball competition for district level and currently I started training for the Pahang Netball Association. Most of the time, I spend my time reading books. Reading allows me to escape from my busy and hectic world, and it allows me to go into an imaginary world. I could take hours and hours to finish a good book. My strength is my attitude. I like to take up challenges. My way of thinking is that I take both success and failure in a balanced manner. I believe in myself and my hard work, and I always strive to improve. My ethic is that I will never neglect an opportunity to improve. I am still dipping my toes into the literary fiction pool, finding what works for me and what doesn't. Books like Divergent by Veronica Roth is definitely my cup of tea. Veronica Roth, born August 19, 1988, is an American writer that is well known for her Divergent trilogy of science fiction novels for young adults, which unfolds as a coming-of-age story set in a post-apocalyptic Chicago. In Beatrice Pryor's dystopian Chicago world, society was divided into 5 factions that uphold and live by a single core value. The factions are candor, the honest; abnegation, the selfless; dauntless, the brave; amity, the peaceful; and erudite, the intelligent. Born into an abnegation family, Beatrice, the protagonist, which soon changes her name to Tris, has lived her life trying to uphold the ideals of her parents, but she has always known that she's different and she doesn't belong in abnegation. On their appointed day, every 16-year-old must choose a faction to stay with for the rest of their life or live factionless in contempt of society. For Tris Pryor, her decision is incredibly difficult, which is to be who she really is and join the Dauntless, or stay with her family but keep her feelings under lock and key. Soon, Tris chooses Dauntless. She has to face a lot of emotional and physical demands, but not only that, she's also actually harboring a secret, one that could actually be the death of her. Throughout the book, as Tris learns more and more about her true identity, she realizes that her secret that could tear apart the supposedly perfect community she grew up in. She must decide which of her choices bring the greater good for the ones she loves, even if it means the end of her. Overall, I think the book was very intriguing to read from the start to the end. The plotline was unique and I think that's what kept me reading. Some people say that it's just like the Hunger Games, but I've read and enjoyed both books and I can assure you that they're actually very different. Well, Divergent was based around many aspects, but what I like the most about this book is the fact that it doesn't only portray the relationship that Tris had with Flor, but it was also based around her relationship with her friends and family. I feel like other books are generally based around one relationship and it doesn't really show the characters' relationship with their friends and family as much as Divergent did, and I think that's what made Divergent a really great book to read. Character-wise, Tris, the protagonist, was a very strong character and it was really interesting to read about her because she had her own mind and she did not follow rules. Tris was a very determined character and I think that's what made me interested in her. I don't really think I can pinpoint a weakness in this book other than the fact that it can be a bit pricey in comparison to other books out there in the bookstore, but I totally think that it's worth it. As a result, I feel that Veronica Roth is a very adept writer, and if I was given a chance to change any scene in this book, I don't think I would do it. I feel like the book is perfect just the way it is and it is very well written. I would recommend this book to people who enjoy adventure books, ones like The Hunger Games. On the other hand, there are a lot of big life lessons portrayed in this book, one of it being the main message is to always follow your heart. For instance, in the book, Beatrice chose the Dauntless faction even though she knows that it would disappoint her parents. In life, when you have to make a choice between disappointing others or following your heart, go with your heart. You may feel shame, but it's better to face shame for a short period of time than to face regret for the rest of your life. In a nutshell, based on the book, everyone was so concerned with fitting in and being seen as a good member of their faction that they forgot who they really were. Just like in our daily life, when you spend your time trying to fit in and being seen as a good person, you actually forget what's important in life. All in all, Divergent is a fantastic and captivating read that I would highly recommend to all fans of dystopian novels. The combination of real characters and original plot is what makes this book a must-read, and I understand now why there is so much hype surrounding this series. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, Airene.
Salam.
How are you?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Okay, good. So here are the questions. Okay, question number 1. In present global situation, numerous powerful technologies have been developed to assist people in household and offices. Faster communication is made possible through mobile phones and the internet. Social media such as Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, Twitter and many more has great influence in today's world. Some stories and news that go around in those platforms are true and positive, while some are fake and negative. You agree that social media platforms actually gives a lot of benefits if they are used appropriately.
Well, yes, I do agree that social media will give benefit to us if we use it appropriately. And there are a lot of good sides and positive effects for the society if we use social media. For instance, social media is used for news sharing. Human nature, we cannot live without the news. Each one of us wants to know questions like, what's the weather like tomorrow? Or what happened in the center of the city? We need information. So social media has become the number one platform for us to get news and reports. Not only that, one of the top advantages of using social media is the fact that we can always stay connected with our families and friends. Even if you're in different corners of the world, it is still possible for you to connect with everyone 24/7. And I can also see that businesses can also benefit from this trend. Online promotions are way cheaper than your traditional TV advertisements. And I can see this very well because I've also recently started like a small business on Instagram and Twitter, and these platforms allowed me to connect with my buyers in a more easier and sufficient way without having to meet each single one of them face to face.
Okay, ready for the next question?
Yes.
Okay, Irene, in school, I believe that you learned a lot of science subjects. Okay, so among them all, what is your most favorite science subject? So can you tell us about it and give the reasons why?
If I had to choose, I would choose chemistry because I feel like chemistry is everywhere around us in the world, from the food we eat to the clothes we wear to the water we drink and medicines. And I think chemistry helps me understand the world better. For instance, if I have questions like why does the leaves change colors when they fall, or why are plants green? And I feel like these questions can be answered by applying chemistry. And chemistry explains how all of the things around us work. And I also think chemistry is really fun because there are a lot of projects and experiments that we can do using everyday materials. And they don't just like explode. They can glow in the dark, change colors. Sometimes it changes states and produces bubbles.
Okay, here is the last question for you. Okay, over the years, technology has revolutionized our world and daily lives. It also has created amazing tools and resources, putting useful information at our fingertips. In your opinion, how can technology improve school education?
Apart from all the negative effects that people say involving technology, that it disrupts our learning schedule, I feel like EdTech has been a really helpful tool for us students. For instance, cloud storage has made research a lot more easier for students. Gone are the days where we had to research from piles and piles of books to improve our assignments and projects. So I think research using technology is really helpful. Not only that, I also feel that technology has made group discussions easier because we don't have to meet physically, because there are platforms that allow us to not only discuss and chat, but we can also share documents and notes. And not only that, I feel like technology has also made learning a lot more fun, because there are a lot of activities that you can do online to improve your studies. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Airene.